Welcome to Coffee with the County Local Voices series. I have Stacy Cluff, who is the IT and Broadband Manager for MLEC Energy, MLEC. Thank you for coming in. So, MLEC Energy, well, let's start with Stacy. Let's just start with you. I know you a little bit. I know that you've been here for quite some time, all your life. Tell us about you and how'd you get your start in Aiken County?
In Aiken County. Well, my family moved here when I was young. I graduated high school from here, went off to college and came back and got married and just settled here. I've been at MLEC for 28 years next week.
Wow.
That's
time. Amazing. Next week?
Yeah.
Do they have a big party plan for you?
No, not quite yet.
I hope so.
5 years for retirement, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, that story is something that I love. That's one of my favorite stories. It's one that in economic development I try to use all the time is the kids will leave, they'll go to school, they'll get their education, and they'll come back. That's what we're trying to get done in our community. And you did that a long time ago. Not a long time, 28 years ago.
A long time.
But how'd you get started with MLEC Energy?
Well, there was a position open. I had been working in Brainerd, and I just went in, applied. It was for engineering aid at the time. So I got hired, and within 2 months I had started working there. MLEC was looking into offering dial-up internet because nobody even offered dial-up at that time. So I just kind of got handed it. They're like, okay, you seem to kind of understand this stuff. And pretty soon I was in charge of that. I did tech support most of the time for people over the phone. I spent probably 6 hours a day helping people walk through their computer problems and phone issues trying to get connected.
So I was going to make a bunch of jokes and say you were before the internet, which I won't do to you, but you could actually claim that you brought the World Wide Web to Aiken, right?
Well, I can't say I did personally. There was other people, but I was part of it, I guess.
Yeah. So I mean, that's a big deal. One of our hugest things that we do in economic development is try to work on improving broadband, and you guys have been tremendous to work with in MLEC Energy. You've been a great partner with the county to be able to continue to expand. You were doing it well before I got here to the county, and I mean, you've been working on that, as you say, for a long, long time. And I think it's really important that everybody understands what MLEC Energy has done to build that service and bring that service in, you know, along with some other internet service providers from outside of the areas. MLEC is our local internet service provider. We thank you for that.
Yeah. No, it's been a fun working on all the projects, working on the grants, working on. I think I have the best job making people happy when they get connected.
So tell me about MLEC Energy. Let's talk about the electric service first, right? Because you're an electric co-op first. Mm-hmm. What kind of territory does that look like?
Well, we have a really long service territory. We go all the way from south of Hill City. And I don't know exactly how far, but all the way down to just south of Onamia.
That is a big territory.
Yeah, so there's approximately 14,000 members. Don't quote me on that number, but it's close to that. And they're spread out. We're 6 members per mile. So that's how many, you think about a mile, there's only 6 members per electric line per mile.
On average, yeah.
On average. So it's a pretty densely populated. But yeah, so it's not a lot of people per mile, but it's made it work, and that's, it started back in 1940s.
So tell me a little bit of what an energy cooperative. What does cooperative mean?
It just means we're owned by our members.
Okay.
So to be a member, you have to apply for a membership to get electric service, and you become a member, and then you earn capital credits. So every year we give whatever's allocated to capital credits based on the year and a dollar amount that was made. Right now I think we're on like a 20-year cycle. So for 20 years ago, anyone that was a member will get percentage of what they paid in their electric bill. So on average, I would say we give out $1 million every year.
So a cooperative isn't a for-profit business, so to speak. You've got to have obviously enough money to make it run, do the work, get the talent.
Yep.
But it's not a for-profit business.
Right.
And I know that your broadband works that same way, right?
I mean, in a way, we don't want to go in the red with that. We want to try to break even so we cover our costs. And we run a pretty lean business for our fiber. When we look at it, we only have 3 true employees that work strictly on fiber, and the rest are kind of spread out. And we make it work. So we're not trying to get rich with this. We're trying to provide a service.
And I think that's important to know is that, the cooperatives providing the service, not going for profit, you still have to make the money to be able to operate.
Yes.
And for those of you that aren't aware, and I'm sure that the numbers that aren't aware are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, it costs a lot of money to install fiber, especially across rural Minnesota.
Yes.
When you're talking about 6 electric members per mile, think about the broadband and running, for lack of a better term, running a cord from running a cable from those 6 places is going to cost a lot of money. You have the opportunities, and I think the state and the federal have been, had this on priorities to offer some grants and different opportunities to help you guys put the broadband and the fiber in, correct?
Right. To date, we've had over $18 million in grants from both federal and state. And so that's really helped us. So we didn't have to spend all of our members' money to do this. And so but that's why we've also had to focus on the more populated areas, like around the lakes, because we needed those take rates to help generate some revenue to help put that money then back into construction funds to help keep building. And so far has worked well. We've had a 60% take rate in all of our connected areas.
That's really high.
Yes.
And I think it's important too to understand that the government doesn't just hand out dollars. They don't just give you 18 million. You guys have to be aggressive, and you have to invest your own dollars, and you have to create these areas where you want to improve broadband service, and then they'll help fund that. But you guys are coming through with the money in the first place and getting that done. So.
Yep, that's right. Most of the grants are probably 50% match. We've had, as with the county, we had 100% on that one, where we only had to invest the cost of installs, and then we've had a grant that's 75% with the federal. So we've had some really good areas where we got a lot of funding, and that has helped our margins there, so we aren't going over.
So is your broadband service area the same as your electric, or is it a smaller footprint at this point because of some of the rural that's out there?
I would love to say it's the same as our electric, but today it's much smaller, but we also have served part of public utilities areas, part of East Central Energy's area, kind of followed where the grant requirements were, and so that's where we've built, and then who was unserved or underserved, that was part of the requirements of the grants. At some point, hopefully we'll get to like all of our substations. That's one of our plans, to build out. And if we do that, then that helps us get out to even more members with our own fiber network.
Yeah.
It's part of our long-range plan.
So it sounds like you're not done.
No, we are definitely not done.
and continue to be aggressive at providing broadband activity or broadband connectivity to more and more of the citizens out there in Aiken County.
Yep.
I know that we've made tremendous strides from where we were 5-6 years ago to where we are now is drastic improvements, but there's still a long way to go, and it's really a pleasure to have companies like you, like MLEC Energy, and people like yourself that are really dedicated and passionate for that and giving it back to the community. So thank you for that. Anything new on the horizon we should know about? I know you have a Cedar Lake area that's being installed right now.
Yep, we have construction from Minnesota deed border-to-border grant that is happening right now. I'll see construction trucks down County Road 28 and Cedar Lake and Blue Lake, and most of that area it's been very unserved for a long time. I've been working on trying to get funding for this area for, the last 5-6 years. And so I was really excited to finally, hopefully get these people hooked up by the end of the year, early next year. So then we are also working on a little connection project, we're calling it, over on Long Lake, that will eventually get us over to those on County Road 4 connecting, is it Dam Lake Street? I know they've been left unserved for a long time, and so we're getting close to you. So I know there's not a lot over there, a lot of people, but they really don't have a lot of service there. So that's a big project to connect our two areas together.
So if you're listening, they're coming your way out there in that Long Lake area, and we'll continue that. Thank you again. One of the business leaders in our area, this Local Voices series, we like to highlight local business leaders, companies like MLEC Energy, but more so we'd like to highlight the individual leadership in community. Stacy, Cluff, you've done a number of different things outside as a community servant. You belong to a lot of different organizations, a lot of different chamber committees and things like that to help move our momentum along, and I thank you for that as well. How can they get a hold of you guys down there at MLEC Energy if they want to get some broadband in?
Well, our website has been newly updated, and so the easiest way, let's say if you're in our service area or one of our construction areas, you can go right on our website and sign up. It's the simplest way. Otherwise, there's lots of information on our website, phone numbers, direct emails, anything that you need. Otherwise, call our office or stop in our new office. Happy to help you.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about that brand new office down there. How's that all going? You guys are you're a year in now.
It'll
already,
be a year
right?
our next week,
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's, we're all settled in now. It's good. It's been a good year there, and all used to the drive now.
Oh yeah, that long 7 or 8 minute long drive.
Although there's one person that it was shorter. She's now only 2 miles away.
Well, that's perfect. That's perfect. And thank you guys for building in Aiken County and continuing to be in Aiken County. We love that. The building you were in was in Aiken County, and this one is now in Aiken County as well. So making it local, doing it local, and providing great services. Thank you, Stacy, for coming in. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
And you're listening to Coffee with the County, Local Voices.